Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another episode 88 of Who Should You Choose. Sorry about last week, wasn't able to do, I think, Thursday and Friday, so I do apologize for that. Also, I forgot to post the Instagram post of this video, so I wasn't able to get any Instagram questions. That being said, I will post an Instagram post right after this video is done, so if you go and check me out on Sleeveless Gaming on Instagram, it's a much easier way as I don't have nearly as many followers and guys getting comments in 4 seconds and to get your questions answered on the next video. And again, if you guys need any immediate help in terms of choosing between a couple players, not full team builds, but just check me out on Twitch. I go live at 10 a.m. every single day, and I'll be happy to help you with a couple decisions there in terms of your team. Also, guys, don't forget King's Coast Coffee, the best coffee that you will ever buy. Make sure you check them out and use code NOSLEEP, save 10% off. Every single person that I have referred has legit said the exact same thing. So, all right, let's get into the questions today. And we'll start with Ani. I'm free to play 200k coins and 6 collectibles. I don't really like Sittler, so I'm looking for a center or left-handed winger with distributor. I've been looking and thinking of buying Mantha and putting Matthews in the middle because he has 96 faceoffs. Here is my team. Okay, so I just used Mantha for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because he was on my bottom 6, or I don't know. Sometimes just cards don't play very well for certain people. I love his build. Like, I like being able to control TOA, circle down low. Like 92 Line A was essentially one of my favorite cards, and that's basically what Mantha is, just left-handed. I traded him in for Rantanen, and the All-Star Rantanen, which is about the same price, was phenomenal. I found it much better, so take that with a grain of salt, but that might be the guy you're looking for if you're in the same price range. If you don't like Sittler, move on, 100%. No reason to just kind of fit someone in because you think that he should be good. Again, if he's not working out for you, move on. Putting Matthews in center again with 96 faceoffs, that's phenomenal. The only thing, obviously, on your team that you want to get rid of is the 85 Dougie Hamilton. And, righty D-men in this price range are kind of tough. Probably the best bet to go with would be the 89 Larry Murphy from the flashback event. All right, on to the next one. Michael. Ace Sleeves, I'm free to play. I don't have too much time to play the game. No collectibles, and I just upgraded Lemieux and just over 80 gold players, 20k. All right, so that's fine. My defense needs serious work. Should I go for Paul Coffey and the team of the week, Hamilton? Yeah, this Princeton Hughes is fine. Crosby is okay. Yeah, you're getting a little long in the teeth here in your top 6. To be honest, man, I would get another really stud top 6-4 before I would touch your defense. You need to get Couturier up, in my opinion. Just keep taking untradeable rewards. Get Couturier up as you can. And then after that, just focus on Makar. That's probably the best way to go. If you have Paul Coffey, you don't have him, you'd have to buy him. I wouldn't. The investment is kind of expensive to make him to get his 92. Yeah, it'd be 92 overall. So yeah, I wouldn't at that point. So I would just focus on Couturier and then Makar. Ace Sleeves, I have 3 icons and 3 gold collectibles. Currently 100k and some stuff in the auction house. 94 Lemieux, Couturier, Pedersen. You need another winger here. Like, you got a couple options. You could upgrade Gretzky to his 94, put him on the wing, put Nieuwendyk up to center, then upgrade Nieuwendyk, who, in my opinion, one of the best and has a gold card, probably the best investment, and then just grab another center. Your defense is okay. You're in that spot where you kind of got to look like the 89 Theodore would be really good for you on the left side, but yeah, man, like you need a good left-handed winger. I'd either upgrade if Morenz really works for you, upgrade Morenz, but I would really think about upgrading Gretzky and moving him to the wing. Ace Sleeves Zalco here. Please help me with a team. Sure thing, my dude. All right, he's got Lemieux, Couturier, McDavid, Goudreau, Hughes, Gretzky. Oh, this is a flex team. Okay. I mean, dude, what do you need help with? Don't like Chelios at 91, and not sure if I should upgrade to replace Lafleur. Okay, so if you don't like Chelios, you got to move on. The 91 overall, I've said this before. The 89 Larry Murphy is really good and a really good value. I just mentioned him in my who to should you, or my best of all ranges video. About 120K for him, and that's a nice card. If you're looking for even bigger than that, like you probably can't get the 93 Hamilton because that's so expensive. Philip Myers would be closer. He's not as expensive. He's still pretty expensive, like the master set item. Any of the Seth Jones is above 90, probably where you want to go. In terms of Lafleur, yeah, man, don't overthink it. Lafleur is still one of the best cards in the game. I didn't like his 93, but yeah, like get his 90. It's still the best. It's still one of the best winger cards in the game. It is. Dimes highlights. Need defenseman with spark, lefty or righty, and I have 180. I'm pretty sure. No, that Murphy is Swarm. The 89 Jack Johnson is the only one that comes to mind. I'm sure there's a lot. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. But like Jack Johnson, the 89 Jack Johnson is probably the one that you're looking at. Yeah, I think only Potvin has spark. There isn't a lot of great ones. I'm trying to think of my team right now, and they don't. None of my defensemen have spark. They legit don't. That's a tough one, man. I apologize. Jack Johnson's the only one that can come to my mind that I can think about. But in terms of the rest of your team, focus on Couturier, man. Get him up, man. Get him up. Please keep it solid work, bro. Thank you, dude. My question in this scenario. EA has teased me with 3 icons in the past month or so. Salming, 90, Lindsay, 91, and last night, Howard Chuck. The first 2 were untradeable, so I'll sell Howard Chuck, thank goodness. I have about 1.1 million between Stützle, Hughes, 93 or 94 Kachuk. As you can notice, I need lefty forward help and righty D help. I also heard you mention Seth Jones, who's pretty decently. Among those players, who would you choose and why? I'm also not opposed to guys like Mantha. However, I'm the type of player that likes to trade cards often to try new ones. So where I'm going to maintain my coins with a flip, synergies don't matter as much. Well, Mantha's not going to lose his value. So I guess this is kind of a topic for everyone. I should probably make a video about it separately. But there's certain cards, guys, that will not drop in value nearly as fast as others. So the ones that will hold their value for a long time is going to be the bigger ones that have decent speed. So Mantha or it's going to be that, or guys that have a really good synergy combo. So Heiskanen would be a perfect example of that. But the bigger guys, they hold their value because top-end players and not even top-end players, once you start using them and you understand that, like, you don't need guys with 99 speed to be competitive, and you realize the benefits of having a gigantic defenseman specifically, they really don't drop in value. Same thing with forwards. Now, Mantha's rock solid, but I didn't enjoy him. I would much rather have Rantanen. So that might be where I would go with him. In terms of Newman and Myers, like, I think those are fine. If you want to try Seth Jones, go ahead, but I think Myers is one of the better right-handed defensemen still. Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz, also now only using Thews forever. Yeah, if you guys didn't watch last week's episode, someone in the comments tried to say Matthews, but said Thews. And man, I gotta tell you, Gretchen, we aren't making that a thing. Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz? I mean, Carson Wentz, bro, after his first and second year, he's been an absolute train wreck, so Jalen Hurts. Ace Slaves, I'm free to play. First year playing Hut, loving your content has helped me become a better player. Man, I'm glad to hear that. I was thinking about getting a second line center as Lemieux is trash at center. You're not taking early advantage of him with on center. Like to move him out and move Ovi in. D needs some work as well, though. Need one more for Speedster and have extra points in a workhorse. So I was thinking of getting either Koivu or 90 Oats, but willing to save up. Was hoping to get your input on what to do first. Okay, so you need center help. I use Oates on my stack team. I'm looking to replace him now just because it's been a while. But Oates is a great card. Like, he helps you with Barrage and Speedster, which are 2 very good synergies. Got great face-off rating, for sure. He would be an option. Outside of that, he is probably the best bet here. The 89 Lemieux specifically, you don't want on center, especially at this point. He's only got 85 on the draw, I think. So I would upgrade your Lemieux. That's your first thing that you need to do. Get Lemieux to 90 to 94. Put him on the wing, and then I would grab Adam Oates. Kyle Sutton says, "Yo, big fan for me. Keep up the good work, my man. Bonjour. Free to play on a 30K of Howitzer, Speedster, Wingman. Wonder what you would do next? P.S. Yandel and Hedman are in to keep Wingman and Howitzer." Base Hedman's gotta go, bro. You need anyone else with Howitzer. There's a primetime Theodore, I think. That's like 89. Go get that. Base Hedman at this stage of the game is just gonna be such a liability for you. Yandel base, same thing, man. If you're looking to keep Wingman activated, you only have 130,000 coins, and I think that Theodore is probably going to cost the majority of it. I mean, Myers, man, that's someone you could save up for, but Philip Myers has it. You gotta move on, bro. Like, the benefit you're getting from the players having Howitzer, well, Howitzer's different, but Wingman specifically, it's not a team-based synergy, man. Don't ramrod your team. How do I get back into Hut? I played a lot at the beginning of the year, and now it's getting dry for me right now. Always curious to see the replies. Just try to find players you really like. Don't worry about it. Yeah, well, it all depends, man. I think that Hut is a really empty mode this year. I think they've done a lot of good things well, and they're trying new things, which I will never fault a game company for trying new stuff with events and things like that, especially with how limited the ability that the content team has. But it's more about, like, how do you get back into Hut? Do you like playing? Are you okay playing offline, or is it like watching fucking paint dry? If that's the case, I would not play squad battles if you can't play it, if you hate offline. And then rivals, dude, I play the game tons, right? Something that I get enjoyment of is just getting better. So trying new stuff, new strategies, like defending off the rush, learning how to use behind the net, going into the practice mode and learning some goals that are extremely situational, that kind of stuff. Like, other than that, man, like, if you really want to grind, Hut Rush is a fine way because you can get a lot of packs to pull stuff, and it's not too serious, but that's some other options. Hey, thanks for the help. In the last video, I had a really bad 3-line defense. Wasn't sure what defenseman to go after. Ones I should try around 160K. Well, third-line defense is kind of tough. Like, my third-line defense is going to be much different than someone else's, so... Again, Theodore is a great option. I really like that card. Larry Murphy's a great option. Those two are some of the best buys that I found this week. Check those guys out. Sleeves, thanks for the answer last time, so I'm thinking that I try to get my 5-team sins active. Somehow keep the meta players. Players are like, this is what I got. Okay, this is a ridiculous team. And this is what I want. What's different? Oh, Kucherov in that way, I'd get to keep a stacked defense. My main goal scorers are McDavid, Hughes, Morenz, Matthews, Crosby, and so on. What would you do different? Dude, if your goal is to activate 5 sins, like that, there's really not much else I can do, right? Like, you've got a phenomenally stacked team here, man. Just wait for new cards to come out, honestly. No, Thews is not a thing. By the way, is it more worth it to take untradeable or tradable rewards when trying to upgrade icons? When trying to upgrade icons, 100% take untradeable because that's the only thing that's guaranteed. You're guaranteed more cards. You just think of it like this. Before you go and choose your rewards, how devastated would you be if you pulled a high 80s, low 90s that you couldn't use on your team? Okay, that's it. If it's not that bad, then okay, because that's the risky run, but at least you're guaranteeing upgrades, man. Untradeable for sure, dude. Like, it's tough, but yeah. It's a risky run, but one that I think you should if you're trying to upgrade icons specifically. Keaton Brown says, should I upgrade my Luke Robitaille to gold because I got distributor and heart and soul that activating it was my mistake, and I'm thinking of getting the 92 Kale McCarr because he shuts me down. What should I do? I'm not a fan of that Luke Robitaille card the whole year, man. Like, just not, but... he might be okay because of the synergies. Like, I've said this before, no matter what synergy it is, if he gives you 3 to it, that's useful. Like, you know what I mean? Like 3 to heart and soul is still 3 to a team-based synergy. I would probably focus on getting Cale Makar first by far, dude. Hey, Slaves, love the content from Jake. I have distributor. Okay, I was thinking about making fantasy Makar moving away from Heiskanen, but he's been great on my team. I mean, your forward group is phenomenal. Moving on from Heiskanen, I'd probably move on from Green first, but yeah, it's time to move on from Heiskanen. That is an amazing value. That card was the first week of the game and is still viable, but I would probably move on at this point. Like, you could go OEL is probably probably the next upgrade if you go OEL, and then Green, go Seth Jones. That's probably the best bet there. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me for today's video. Don't forget, check me out on Instagram, Sleeveless Gaming on Instagram. All you got to do is follow me and then reply in the comment section of this thumbnail that you see here, and I will answer your questions on the next video, at the end of the next video. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on for your best chance to watch the next video. I'll see you next time.